Good evening, believers. How are you doing? This is Love Coach Dasha coming to you live for the Healing Hour Live. We're a little later than we normally are. Things change. We're at the very beginning of fall. This week just started. The full moon is tomorrow. My son is starting back doing lacrosse workouts. So I am going to have to go ahead and make this a little bit later. It seems like it might work out. The kids might be in bed, might be a little bit more of a downtime to actually come and talk to me. So we'll see how this goes. You all let me know how you feel about it being at 9 o'clock. And if you're better able to join me for the Healing Hour Live over here on Instagram, over here on Facebook, and on YouTube, okay? All right. And if you have never been with me before, but you're here with me on Facebook, go to streamyard.com/Facebook and allow them to see your name. So when you make comments, I can actually see it on my StreamYard screen that goes everywhere instead of trying to catch it on the Facebook screen. Okay. Hi there. Glad you're here. Hello, hello. Come on in. If you're here with me now or you're here on the replay, make sure you say hey. If you're here now, give me some likes. And if you're here on the replay later on, say #replay. Let me know you caught it later. All right. Well, you know what we are here to do. We are here because you have experienced the pain of betrayal, of infidelity. The person that you love deeply, madly, truly cheated on you, right? And you can't figure out how exactly how to heal, Jennifer, right? That's what we're trying to figure out. How do we go about this? How exactly do we get from the place of everybody telling us that, oh, this is the stupidest thing that we could do, to the place of actually being happy with that decision, getting ourselves on our feet, getting the relationship going in the right direction again? I'm here to tell you how, girl. I am here. That's what I am here for. Okay. I don't gatekeep any information. Anything you want to know tonight, go ahead and let me know and we will talk about it. But before I do that, I'm going to talk to you about what I always talk to you about. Now, look, I'm always going to tell you what you can do personally, all by yourself, to start to heal up this trauma. A lot of the things that we can do for the relationship to start to mend that are going to start with you, okay? They're going to start with whether you can get control over these radical emotions. They're going up and down. You're on this roller coaster. If you can get control over that, if you can decide for yourself that you're more in love than you are ashamed of actually staying. All right. We need to get in control of that. And all of those things can be helped by dealing with this trauma. Okay. And I'm going to teach you the things that I know to work about trauma. I want you to be doing every single solitary day. If you start to do them now, they will help. Okay. No matter where you are in the process, if you start to do the things that I'm telling you right this second, it is going to start to help you. Okay. So the first thing I'm always going to tell you is do your deep breathing. Have you been doing your deep breathing? If you have not, shame, shame. Okay. I want you to be doing your deep breathing 5 times a day. Okay. You need this. Okay. If you have been traumatized, what happens is your body has automatic reactions that happen when you have that trauma. Okay. And one of the most basic ones is fight or flight. All right. You automatically get this spurt of adrenaline from the little part of your brain called the amygdala. That's the worst case scenario portion of your brain. That's the part of your brain that keeps saying, well, what if he does it again? That part of your brain. Okay. Get that adrenaline pumping, and your body says, oh, I am in danger. I either need to fight or I need to run. Sometimes we freeze. All right. We have got to interrupt that. All right. That is an automatic thing that happens. It is not that you are broken in any way, shape, or form. You are doing exactly what you are supposed to do when that happens automatically. However, it is not always appropriate as a response. Right now, it is your body is treating this as a life or death situation. It's treating it as if you have walked out of the cave and there's a saber-toothed tiger ready to maul you. Okay. That's how serious your brain is taking this. It is taking it as a life or death situation. Our brains didn't have too much to do after we got civilized and We didn't have to worry about getting eaten on a regular basis. So it made things that were emotional feel like they are life or death. All right. That is what is happening to you right now. So if you start just simply doing your deep breathing, stopping that automatic response that your brain is sending out that says, I have to pick up my breathing. It has to be faster, more shallow, because I have to get some more oxygen in, because I need to get oxygen to my muscles so I can fight or I can run. If you interrupt that just by slowing down your breathing and telling your brain, no, no, I do not need to fight. I do not need to run. I am okay. I am safe. When you do that with your breathing, you teach your brain that, oh, this is not a situation where I'm actually in danger. Let me calm down. All right. That's how you're going to get control over these feelings. Okay. I know the feelings are beating you in the head right now. This is one of the key number one ways you are going to get rid of those feelings. All right. Or you'll be able to feel the feelings without being overwhelmed by them, because you're supposed to feel your feelings. But this is an automatic response that is just causing you pain and suffering. So we can interrupt that. All right. So, doing your deep breathing, very simple technique. You're going to blow out, exhale completely, get all of that air out of your lungs. Then you're going to inhale for a count of 4, hold that breath for a count of 7, and then you're going to blow out like you're blowing out an entire cake full of birthday candles for a count of 8. Now, when you do this, what you are doing is activating a different part of your brain, okay? The part of your brain that is screaming that you are in danger is way back here. It's a little teeny part of your brain, that amygdala. It is hollering back here, but it's in your reptile brain. It's in the base part of your brain, the one of the first things that ever formed. Our higher logic, our senses are a little bit further up here. They're located a little bit further forward. So when you're using that 4-7-8 breathing technique, you are taking the focus away from that animal part of your brain and going to the analytical part of your brain, the part of your brain that's more rational, and you are activating that by using numbers, by counting. When you activate that part of your brain, the other part of your brain has to sit down and shut up. It's a very easy way to start to calm down that reaction and get back in control of yourself. All right. So we're going to do our deep breathing together. We're going to do this 3 times together, just because, for the sake of time, but 5 times a day for you while you're at home. Okay. First thing we're going to do is blow out. You want to make that noise too. Make that noise with your mouth, because that is a sign to your brain that you're going to start this calming down cycle. You are ready to calm yourself. You are not feeling like you're in danger. All right. We're going to blow out. Inhale through your nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Blow out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. How does that feel when you're doing your deep breathing? How does it feel to you? Do you feel like, okay, all right, it's not quite so bad? Does it feel a little bit relaxing? Does it feel like you get a little sleepy? Does it feel like you get a little wired? It can do either one, depending on what state you are in during this deep breathing. So when you're doing this consistently, you are constantly just pulling down on that level of anxiety. It's always being pushed down if you are doing this consistently throughout your day. Very, very simple thing you can do. Very easy, all on your own. You don't even need any help for this, and it's going to make you feel better. All right. Second thing is always going to be do your journaling. Sit down with your journal and a pen and write about what you are feeling, write about what you are experiencing. Because when you let that stuff out of your brain and put it down on paper, you are showing your brain that, okay, look, I am paying attention to it. I am putting it down on paper so I can remember to be aware of it later on. But right now, I got to put it down for just a little while so I can just breathe for a minute. All right. You do that, you put it down, and then your brain can later on work on it. If you're doing that when you're about to go to bed, your brain can work on the problems that you've written down through the day, all right, through the night as you're sleeping. Then, if you do it first thing in the morning, jot down where you think you might have trouble during the day, where you think you might have a trigger. Anticipate those things in your journal and then anticipate what you will do about them. If you have this plan in place, nobody can shake you. Okay. You've already known, okay, this trigger may happen. And if this trigger happens, I'm going to feel like this, but then I'm going to automatically go and do this, and I'm going to feel better. And then going into it, even when the trigger hits, even if the trigger hits out of nowhere, you still know that you have a plan and it's soothing. Okay. Got that written down in your journal. Three things that you need to make sure you have on every journal entry. First thing is date. Second thing is time. Third thing is level of anxiety. Now, you can have your date and your time just because you want to be able to go back and figure out exactly when things happen. You can find patterns that way. But you need that level of anxiety there so that you can write down, okay, look, I feel at about a 7 anxiety right now. But after I wrote this down, actually, I'm about a 6 now, 5.5 maybe. I feel different. So you can actually measure how you're feeling and understand that you don't always feel super terrible all the time. I know that the trauma will make you feel like you feel super terrible all the time, but you don't actually, okay? It just kind of melds in together because it's such a prolonged period of trauma and pain that it makes you feel like you're always feeling bad. But if you have that written down, then you know that there are things that make you feel better, that you can feel good, that this is not the end of the line emotionally for you. And that's a good thing to know. All right. Your level of anxiety needs to be between 0 and 10. 0 is no anxiety whatsoever. You are having a great day. Things are going well. Write that down. Make that a gold star day. Put some gold stars in your journal when you have a day where you're like, yeah, I'm a 0. I'm feeling great. Things are wonderful. That is a awesome thing. Make sure that you note that so that, again, your brain can't tell you that everything is always awful. 10 is a level of anxiety where you have just lost control. You want to rip your hair out, tear your clothes off, and screaming down the street naked. That is a 10. If you were sitting down at your desk with a journal and a pen in your hand, you're probably not at a 10. You're not losing control of yourself if you are doing all that. All right. I mean, like I used to work in a psychiatric facility and I was explaining, what that scale was like. And, people would say things that were a 10. I was like, nope, that's not quite a 10. Nope, that's not quite a 10. And the lady said, well, I jumped out of a car one time. I was like, there you go. That's a 10. There you go. That's an excellent example of a 10. That was a loss of control. You didn't feel like anything would work other than just flinging yourself from a car. That's a loss of control. Congratulations, you hit a 10. And, once you know that it's that extreme, okay, it can only get so bad. It can only get between that 0 and probably about a 9.5. You probably don't actually hit 10. You might be screaming and throwing things if you're at a 10, but you probably won't get there very often. All right. You can put a fence around these feelings. You can show yourself that it can only get so bad. It can only get jumping out of a moving car bad. Okay. So, and after that point, there is nowhere to go but up. All right. All righty. Let's see. Third thing that I always want you to do, and that's why I do Thirsty Thursday every week, is I want you to remember the things that you are grateful for. I want you to train your brain. Again, this is fighting against the trauma. We cannot let the trauma win. Okay. The things that your brain wants to do on trauma, again, are totally normal, but do not serve you in a relationship. Do not serve you trying getting close to somebody again. All right. So we've got to defeat that. And making yourself a habit of being grateful every single solitary day, that's going to help you tremendously in breaking the hold of the trauma in your brain. All right. That's why I do Thirsty Thursday. I want to hear good stuff. Okay. If you're here with me now, let me know. Put it in the comments. Make sure that you tell me what good things are happening in your life right now so I can shout you out and we can share it. All right. We have been sharing, we're in my group and we share all the bad. All right. We've got to share the good too. You've got to let each other know that the good still exists, because you get into this echo chamber. If you're with other women and they're all feeling bad and everybody's only talking about feeling bad, that's all you ever hear about and that's all you ever think about. All right. So if we get into the habit of trying to be grateful every day and sharing what we are grateful for on a regular basis, that is going to change the way our brains work. It's going to slow down that trauma. All of the effects of the trauma get slowed down by just the act of feeling good and being grateful for something. Okay. So, my Thirsty Thursdays, if you got anything, let me know. But let's see. Christine said, I am grateful that I didn't walk away. The hard work to healing was better spent staying together. That's what I say, Christine. Congratulations on finding that out. But that's exactly what I say. You're going to have to work on this regardless. All right. You're going to have to put in this effort no matter what. If you leave them right this minute, you walk out the door and never see them again, you're still going to have to heal from this trauma. And so you're going to be doing it on your own then. All right. So instead of that, try healing with the person that you love. It makes it a lot easier. It gives you that goal to remind you, this is the person that I love. I am going towards healing with this person because this is the person that I love. I want to spend my time with. It gives you a little bit of a goal. Otherwise, it's just, trying to get it all on your own. And that's hard. Okay. When you don't have anybody, when you're single, a lot of, there is a lot of brokenness in singleness out here. And so you'll be listening to other single women and doing what other single women are doing that are not necessarily conducive with being in a relationship. And then the relationship that you're wanting to have with your mate gets to fall apart because you're just not following along and doing what you need to do to heal all on your own anyway. All right. You got to do it. You've got to do this for yourself, not even just for the relationship. You've got to heal all on your own anyway. You've got to just show yourself that it's possible. Okay. You've got to, this is one of those situations where you have been put into this to find out just how strong you are. All right. And you're not going to find out how strong you are until you actually go through with it. Okay. So might as well go ahead and be with the person you love and heal at the same time. That makes so much sense to me, Christine. And I'm glad that it's making sense to you too. And that things are going well, that you feel like you made the right decision. That's why I want to do this. I want that the women that I work with to feel like, yes, absolutely. I am glad that I made this decision, because I'm glad. Okay, let me just tell you, I am glad. All right. Every day, every freaking day, like, he gets better and better and better every day. As bad as he was in the very beginning, he gets better and better. And it's just because he loves me and I love him. And I was actually willing to forgive him for something that he knew was wrong. He knew was wrong. He knew he was wrong for doing it. And to be able to forgive him for that when he knows nobody else would have ever done that, it made me special. Okay. It made me freaking special. I'm the queen. Okay. Get what I asked for. We were doing just the other day on Book Talk. I don't know if any of you have seen, but it's the door lean thing. The husband door lean. He leans against the doorway and pins you up against the door and kisses you like they do or like they say they do in romance novels. Haha, I got that coming. I got that coming shortly. So, I get more and more. It was a good decision. I don't want you to feel like later on this was a bad decision. I want you to recognize that this is an excellent decision because you get more and more from it. All right. Chosen one seven. I see you over there on Instagram. Hello, hello. If you are here with me, let me know. Let me know that you're here. Say hi. Give me comments. All right, one more Thirsty Thursday on this page. It says, Courtney. Courtney says, start couples therapy. Great. And I managed not to go to jail. Courtney, that was 3 weeks in a row. That's 3 weeks in a row. You have managed not to go to jail behind this. Hallelujah. And now you've gotten into couples therapy. You got better and better and better over this last 3 weeks. So I'm expecting things to continue to go on up. All right. Good job, Courtney. Glad that you're getting some therapy that you need. Wonderful. All right. Yes. Anybody else with some good news? I am here. You are here with me. Good. I'm glad that you're here with me, chosen one. I'm glad you're here on Instagram. Let's see. Caroline, hey. You say you're grateful for the effort my husband has been putting in. I am also grateful for the improvements lately in my own mental health. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great just to be able to see that effort from them? It's nice. It really is. Now, honestly, like a lot of the things that I'm telling you all to do is all on you. You can do these things and start to heal up, but as you do these things, they get inspired to do better by you. And so the more that happens, the better and better the effort coming from them is. And then, oh, it feels so easy for you to put in that effort. You know what I mean? And then that does help your mental health because all of a sudden they're doing the right things. But it's just a matter of you doing the right things too. That's all it is. You got to get in alignment with what you're actually trying to have happen. And once you do that, it gets easier and easier. So I'm very happy for you, Caroline. Good job over there. Let's see, chosen one. You said you're currently incarcerated, but you want love and you miss it. You know what? That's exactly what I talk to people about is getting that love back. Now, hey, if somebody cheated on you and you're trying to get back with them, I'm the one to listen to, but that's what I'm specializing in over here. All right, let's see. Everybody that's here now on Facebook, give me some likes. Show the algorithm you like me. All right, last thing that I'm always going to tell you that you can do all on your own is to stop asking so many questions about the affair. I know you want to ask. I know there's so many reasons to ask. Your brain says, I need to know these things to be able to heal. And I need to know these things to know if you'll tell me the truth. I know that your brain is telling you all sorts of reasons why you need to ask these questions. And I am telling you, your brain is lying. Okay. It does not need to know. It does not need all of that information. All right. And let me step it one step further. Your brain will not believe any of that information if you feed it to it. So let's not keep on confusing ourselves with extra information that we don't need. You already know that this person cheated. You are very clear on that. You know what happened. Trying to get all dug deep into exactly what happened and mental status and every conversation, it is not going to do you good. Okay. It just does not. It is painful and it's more traumatizing for you to feed yourself all of that information and sit there and let it stack up on you. Your brain is going to be like, see, I told you this person is absolutely dangerous. You should not be with them. You shouldn't even love them. We should just run out the door. All right. You're giving your brain even more reasons to want to run. All right. Instead of doing that, all right, try not to ask any questions at all. If you can possibly do that, it's a difficult thing to do, okay? But number one, they're going to notice it, all right? Especially if you've been asking a whole bunch of questions and you suddenly stop asking questions, they're going to notice, okay? They're going to be like, hey, what's going on with that? And you can let them know, hey, my love coach, Dasha, she said, stop asking you all those damn questions. And they weren't getting me anywhere, so I stopped doing it. All right. They're going to take notice of that. That is going to be a thing. They're going to start doing nice things for you, keep you nice and happy since you're on this good track. All right. If you can possibly help it, not even the question, how was your day? I mean, basically just giving the wish of a good day. I hope you had a really good day today instead of asking the question about how it actually went. This is another way to stop the loop of trauma going on in your brain. Your brain wants to ask questions after a trauma because it wants to collect as much information as it possibly can on this thing that hurt you. And if I get enough information, maybe I can stop this from happening again. It really doesn't do that. All it does is make you want to cover yourself up, hide, get small, not be outgoing, not be open with somebody again. Okay. It really doesn't do much for stopping you from hurting because that hurts. All right. It hurts to be able to not be able to connect with people, not being able to connect with the person that you love the most. That is painful in and of itself. So your brain is trying to rescue you and then causing you pain at the same time. So let's do a little bit different here. Instead of asking all those questions, try and make statements. Try not to let anything that you say end with a question mark. If you can do that, it just makes your brain start to work differently. All right. Second thing, if you just cannot do that, if your brain is itching, I say itching because that's kind of how it feels to me. When my brain was just like, I have to ask some questions, it felt like an itch. It felt like an itch that I couldn't scratch unless I just asked the damn question. So instead of the questions that are going around in your head, let's try a different set of questions. All right. I don't even know where the box go. There it is. This is the and THEAND. All right. This is the healing edition. And you can find this on Amazon. All you got to do is put in those two words, and you can find this on Amazon. And this is much better questions to ask. This is more healing questions than accusatory questions, than, messing with you questions. And yes, chosen one, yes, communication is key, absolutely. But it is also comprehension that is key. And if you are in a traumatized state, you're not comprehending language very well. I'm sorry. I know people think that they are, but if you are traumatized, you are not comprehending very well because you are getting blocked by that trauma. So trying to have all these deep conversations and trying to get all deep into things when you are fully traumatized and reacting that way, it's not going to work. You're not going to have clear communication. And then you're going to feel even worse because you're like, look, I'm trying to communicate and I can't even talk to you. So better way to go about it. If you're just dying to ask a question, deal out a couple of these cards. Now you only 3 at the most. At the most, this is like an hour's worth of conversation. If you do it right, sit down with these cards, go back and forth on them for each one of them, talk about it, ask questions about it. This is a good hour of conversation if you do 3 of these, okay? So don't overdo it, okay? You're going to make him never want to play with you again. But couple of these cards, 2 to 3 of these cards back and forth, and you can answer these questions back and forth. It will make you feel connected, so, which is what you really want with the communication. And it is better for your brain to hear these answers than the answers to, well, what positions did you have sex in? And did you tell her you loved her? Your brain doesn't need to hear that. All right. All right. So a couple of these questions, let me give you a few of these. So first thing is, what surprises you about me? Isn't that a good one? I like that one. That's one of the main reasons I married my husband. He surprised me. He could make me laugh just out of nowhere. He always did something unexpected. And oh my God, seriously, you should hear the way he talks. He's from New Jersey. And oh, I'm trying to tell you, I love him. I love his accent. I love the way he talks. However, he's reckless and he will say or anything to anybody. He has absolutely no filter. All right. That's why I don't let him get on camera very much because he has no filter whatsoever. So he always surprises me by the things that he says. So, think about that for your honey. What would be surprising about you to them? Think about that. Think about if you have been surprising or alluring in some way. You might need to work on that. All right. Another question is, Where is your attention going to these days that I may not be aware of? You got a hobby? Is there something you're interested in doing? Is there something you daydream about? Do you want to go ride an elephant? Do you want to fly a plane? What's going on in there? Let me hear about it. So, where is your attention going to these days that I may not be aware of? It's a good question. Third one, what do you think I should let go of and why? See, every now and again we get one that can come back to the cheating, all right? And this is like you didn't even set this up, okay? You were just playing a game, communicating with your honey, and okay, this came up. So, what do you think I should let go of and why? You best believe he thinks you should let go of the cheating. I can promise you I know the answer to that question. But think about what would you think that he should let go of and why? What goes on in your brain when you think about that? So isn't that better? Isn't that a better set of questions to just be using your mental power on instead of those terrible questions about what happened between them and how they felt and how did she feel and what did she say and what did you say back to her? Ugh, you don't need to know any of that. And all of that is just torturing yourself for no reason. It does absolutely nothing to help you. If it did help, I would say do it, but I don't tell you to waste your time on stuff that's not going to help you heal. And that is not one of the things that'll help you heal. Talking about all those details does not do it. If it did it, I'd say go for it, but it does not. It just makes it more painful, gives you more things to try and heal from, and you already got plenty of those. All right. So, does that all make sense to you? Let me know. That's the basics right there. That's always the things that I'm going to talk to you about every single solitary week. Every time that I see you, we are together. I'm going to tell you those basic things. Now, you tell me, have you been using those things? Have you been actually going forth and going about them? Or do you struggle with it, or do you need somebody to actually like tell you? Do you need to seek some support from me and have me tell you these things day to day? Let me know, okay? Because right now, right this second, I am opening up my calendar and I have just a few spots for this next week and a half or so, where you can get on a call with me. You can get some clarity about what you need to be doing going forward, how you're going to get on the healing path. All right. I got a little bit of time. I got a little bit of time to be able to sit down and like really talk to people. That's what I really love to do. I love to get you one-on-one and talk to you and actually hear about what's going on with you and what your plan is, what you really want. Hey there, Lou. I see you over there. Hi, girl. But I tell them, Lou, tell them to get on a doggone call with me, okay? If you are sitting right here right now and you are struggling, okay? If you're not sure how, just like who was that said how? That was Jennifer. You're like, I'm not sure how. Get on the phone with me. I got answers to those questions, girl. Get on a call with me. I know that your particular situation, if you don't get a chance to talk to me on a live, your particular situation may be more involved. You may have more going on. I want to hear about it. All right. So, right now in the comments on Facebook there, and let me see if I can do it on Instagram over here. If I can't, I'll put it in the, yeah, I'll have to put it in the, what you call it, in the bio. I have to do that. I think, oh, wait, can I put it up on the screen? I bet you I can. That's a banner. Create a banner. There we go. I can do that. All right, that's a banner across the bottom. It said it added it. I don't know. Let me see. Did it do it? Show it. There we go. Look at this. The technology, boy. The technology, I'm trying to tell you. Put it up on the screen. It's over here on YouTube and on Facebook right now. So YouTube, Instagram, I will put it um in the top of my profile. But you all come on and get on a call with me. If you are struggling, I am here. I can talk to you. All right. I can fix it for you. We can work on it. Okay. All right. Deb, you said you missed me. Oh, I missed you too. You said your husband has been hardcore gaslighting you. Thoughts. You're gonna have to get a little bit more in detail because I know that. Is he trying to tell you that it just never happened, or is he trying to tell you that your feelings aren't correct? Like, what is it that he's telling you that he is gaslighting you about? All right, let me know. Because, the whole thing with this is you are both coming at this from a pain filled perception. And if he was in pain and did this, and you're in pain now and are reacting in a way that is traumatic and toxic because of the pain, both of you might be wrong. All right. Both of you might be kind of out here doing things that you shouldn't be doing. So you say he's trying to convince you that you're paranoid and crazy, but are you paranoid and crazy? Now I was. Now you can say that you are not, but I was. I was constantly thinking the absolute worst. I was always thinking, what is he doing? Why is he smiling at his phone? I heard his thing go off. It must be another woman. Let me check his email. So are you paranoid and crazy? Like, are you behaving in that way? So let me know, because it's not gaslighting if you're actually doing it. Okay, if you are feeling completely out of your control of your feelings right now, and if you feel like, well, I'm just reacting to the things that you did and you hurt me, so I'm lashing out, you are not completely in control of yourself, and so you're behaving in a way that is not conducive with either of you healing. Does that make sense? He said, I'm definitely reacting wrong because I'm reacting. Exactly. Exactly. Everything that happens, your body is just like fight or flight mode. And right now it's on fight mode, right? It is arguing. It wants to argue about how right you are and how terrible he has been. But he knows that already. He's got it. He knows he's terrible. He did a terrible thing. He made you feel really bad. He's an awful person. He's got that part. All right. You don't have to keep on telling him over and over again how terrible he is to make him believe it. All right. He knows that he's wrong. All right. You got to start getting in control of your own emotions, because there is no way that anybody else can control your emotions. It's an unfortunate thing. I wish that weren't the case, because it would be extra helpful if somebody could help me with my emotions from time to time. But guess what? You're the only person on this planet here that can control your emotions. So if you are lashing out, if you are reacting in bad ways, that is your behavior. That's not his behavior. Okay. That is what you are doing based upon what you feel. And you feel like, oh, well, I'm hurting, so I get to lash out the way I want to. Well, if that's the case, he was hurting, so he gets to cheat how he wants to. Is that a good idea? No, let's not make that be the case. All right. Let's not make that be the standard for behavior is, oh, because I'm feeling some kind of way, I get to do what I want to you. Let's not do it like that, because you don't want him to be doing that. You're telling him he's wrong for doing that. Whatever was going on with him that made him so sad, worked up, hurt, whatever it was that made him decide that this was a good idea to do this, to hurt you this way. You're saying that, oh, well, I'm hurting real big bad like that, so I get to do what I want. So if you were hurting real big bad like that, then you get to just do whatever you want to too. That's not a good example. We don't want that example floating around out here. We don't want to teach them that that's how the scales are supposed to go. That's how our relationship is going to be. We're going to keep on going back and forth, tit for tat. And if I'm hurting, then I can lash out at you. If you're hurting, you can lash out at me, and we can keep on doing this. It's toxic. We can't keep doing that. But the only thing that you can control is your part of that scenario, the cycle that is going, because that's what it is right now. It's making you feel crazy, isn't it? Because it keeps me in the same cycle over and over again. The only thing you can do is take yourself out of that equation. That's how this is going to stop. That's how it's going to be different, is if you take your portion of the crazy out and don't do it anymore. Even if you're tempted, even if you feel like you have the reasons, even if you feel like you're justified in doing it, don't do it. All right. Everything that the fear tells you to do, everything that the pain is telling you to do is the wrong thing for your relationship going forward. Okay. Does that make sense to you, Caroline? Good. I'm glad that's helpful to you because it's a really important thing to understand. People feel like, oh, if I forgive him for this, then I'm telling him that he has the green light to hurt me again. And that's the complete opposite of what it is. Okay. If you are forgiving of a person and they know they're wrong, okay, it's not like they don't know. They are very, very clear that they are real big wrong, but you forgive them anyway because, hey, I love you and we are a family and I'm going to forgive you anyway, and you do that, you make it way less likely that they'll ever do this again because, oh my God, look at this miracle that this wonderful woman is still willing to be with me after I was so big stupid. Let me not fuck this up again. That's where you're at if you forgive. If you keep on punishing them, they might as well go ahead and commit the crime because they're being punished anyway. I always tell people, I'm like, if you're in jail for a murder already, yeah, I mean, hey, an extra body is really not doing anything to you. You're already being punished for a murder, even if you didn't commit it. So if you're already in prison, you're getting punished anyhow, you might as well add an extra body to the count. But if you didn't do it and you behave like a person that didn't do it, people will want to prove that you didn't do it. All right. So all right, I'm glad that helps, Deb. I'm glad that that makes sense to you because it's really important going forward. You need to be behaving like you want to behave when things are wonderful. All right. You got to behave like a healed person. You got to behave your way to that point. You are putting out into the world what you're actually expecting to happen. If you keep acting like I'm hurt and I'm just never going to heal from this, that is what is going to be your experience. Okay. Because that's the only thing you're going to be able to see. That's the only path forward you're going to be able to accept is the path where you continue to hurt them, and things all fall apart. But if you visualize the path of, hey, I'm gonna get control over my emotions and I'm gonna feel better, and they are going to get control over whatever hurt or pain that was causing them to feel like this was a good idea. They're going to get over that. And we are going to move forward together. We're going to meet and we're going to have a meeting of the minds because we are going to both be in a different place and we're going to be doing better together. And then we are going to meet back up and be at our castle together, king and queen on top. All right. So it's a very, very simple thing. It really is, but your brain does not allow it to be a simple thing. Your brain tells you that you're super wrong for trying to work things out and be understanding and have compassion. How could you do such a thing? Because he's such a jerk. And yes, he might be, but he's your jerk. I fully believe in your love for him. If you are here with me, you know what I do. All right. You know that I'm all about being together, working it out anyhow. And you are here and you are seeking that help and you're trying to put yourself out there. This is a person I know you love. And I don't think that you would have loved them so much if they didn't love you just as much. I don't think that you would have put yourself all on the line like you're doing right now if they hadn't shown you at some point that they love you just as much as you love them. So I believe in that. Believe in your love, believe in their love, and then move forward acting like a loving, happy couple. And then you will become a loving, happy couple. Hope that makes sense. But Deb, like I said, I am here. If you want to go into detail about it, go ahead and click that link. Get on my calendar. I got calls open. All right. I got some calls open. New season, new things popping. We can do this. All right. Let's see. Any other comments? Don't see anything over there. Let me check and see about the questions. I know. Are we feeling? How are we feeling about 9? How are we feeling about us? Because I'm fully back. I know that I can get back here after his practice. I'm like, all right. I know I'm here at 9 o'clock. I can definitely start. I actually started closer on time. I started like 9:03. Usually I'm like 9:07. I mean 8:07 if I start at 8. So hopefully this will work out. Let's see any questions. Everybody's comments were pretty much like, yeah, it's a little bit better for 9. The kids go to bed 8:30. That's what Cassandra said. Yeah, Amber said thanks for the update. Yeah, I think it might work out. I think it might. I'm hoping it might work out all right. Okay, Carissa. All right, let's see. Disclaimer. We gotta start with a disclaimer. All right. So I have hope that this will turn around despite the fact that he's showing me nothing that says he wants to come back. I'm trying to find the balance of moving forward without moving on. How can I move past grief without giving up hope? I can't wait for him to come back and find peace. I feel stuck in the middle. Girl, you got to have your own life going. That's the main thing. Have your own life. Have stuff that you do. Have stuff that you get out into the world and you make the world a better place in some way. You know, you can go out and volunteer and do something. Go out and garden. Make yourself a bee sanctuary. Like anything that is for you. All right. Find a thing that is all for you that makes you light up, that you enjoy doing. Do you love to paint? Do you love to work with clay? Do you love to, like, what is it that lights you up and makes you feel like, oh, I love to do this. This makes me really happy. Because the more you do things like that, the more happy you fill yourself up with, the more that shows when he sees you. And then, because he's coming around now. You said it's different because he is actually showing up for the kids now. So since he's coming and interacting now, if you got all this happy going on, this whole glow about you, and you're pretty happy over there, and chances are old girl is probably not all that happy with him because he's seeing you on a regular basis. Either way, you've got that happy all on your face and you are showing it. It's much more attractive. It brings them right in. They love that. To see us happy, they want to be a part of that. So if you are doing the things that make you really feel good, makes you good, getting out and exercising, eating really well, hydrating, you know what I mean? Get your nails done, get your hair done, be looking fabulous on a regular basis, wear things that make you feel like a queen, fabrics that feel soft against your skin and make you feel all royal. Do those things that make you happy all the time. All the time, as much as you possibly can. Now you got kids and everything, but as much as you possibly can of the time, be spending that time on things that make you glow. And then every time he's around you, he's going to catch a whiff of that glow and he's going to be looking. All right. That makes sense? Let me know, Carissa. Deb, you said you're in Minnesota, so you started 8 there. I started 8 there. Okay, all right. So that kind of works out. 7 is a little early for you. Is that what it is? So I'm like, I think it'll work out. I think it'll be okay. Because we're gonna be out and about, going to games, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's like our second season as sports parents, so I'm a little excited. Carissa, you said, so it's a million little happy things. That makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, lots and lots of happy. Lots and lots of happy. And do the 180 steps too. The 180 steps are very formatted so that you don't get lost. Stuff like not begging about this relationship, not talking about it at all until they're ready to talk about it. Finding these things that make you really doing them and going out and having that glow about you. It's really, really good stuff to do, especially when he's acting all funny and he's acting like, oh, I'm not interested, I don't want to be bothered. Yeah, sure. I don't really fully believe you, but I'm gonna treat you like you want to be treated, which is just when he comes around, it's open and warm and nice to him, but not all over him, not questioning him about the relationship, not asking him about her. Don't ask anything about her because she is not important. Don't even open your queen mouth to utter this peasant girl's name. Don't do that. And do the 180. Go in there and be working on the 180 steps. That's a lot of things that are focused on yourself and not focused on him. And as soon as you take your attention away from a man, I swear they want all your attention then. I swear I wrote my book. Y'all know I wrote a book. I got to start saying that more often. I wrote a book. The book is called The Wifey Handbook. It was before I started really focusing on just on cheating. And it was things that you can do to get your relationship better all by yourself without being like, oh, we need couple of counseling. Oh, you need to come on and do X, Y, Z. Just you on your own can do. So, I when I was writing that, I was in the zone and I was getting it, and I was fascinated by the whole process of publishing and everything. And my husband just could not leave me alone. I swear I had never gotten that much attention from him in my entire life until I was writing a book and I needed him to leave me alone for 5 minutes so I could write. That's when he wanted all the attention. So it's like it's a given. If you're not giving them the attention, then they want it. Right? Deb saying my son is way more important. Good luck to him. Yes, I'm excited. He started to go out and he was doing football, but he was like, his school is a championship team and he's never played before. And he was like, this is a little much. It's a little intense. I don't need all of this because they be gone for like the end of school till like 9 o'clock, like every night. He was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm good with lacrosse. So I hope I hope they have a good season this time. But he's starting with them training kind of early now, so hopefully they'll have a good season. All righty. Let's see. Anything else? Any other questions, comments, thoughts, complaints? Anything interesting that you want to talk about? Anything you want me to let you know? You know I'm here. Got about 5 more minutes to the end. 9 o'clock is gonna work out just fine. But yes, I'm always telling you about the dreams formula. I'm always telling you that you're gonna have to decide what you want to do and get clear on that decision, sure about that decision. All right. You got to recognize that fear speech that's going to come with that decision. You're making a decision that other people don't make, or don't publicly make. They make it all the time, but they don't say they're making it. You are being very brave, and the fear speech is going to come and try to act like you're not brave, and you are. All right. We need to evaluate that why. We need to have some deep-seated compassion for the person that we love so much that, hey, you had to be in a really bad place to think that hurting me like this was a good idea. There had to be something going terribly wrong. I'm going to try and have some compassion with you for that. Allowing the healing to happen, opening yourself back up, not keeping yourself closed off, not punishing anymore, getting the rings back on, having sex again, sleeping in the same room, all of that stuff that says we are a couple and we are together and we're going to work things out. We're happy together. Got to be doing those things. Managing those future feelings, dealing with the triggers. There are going to be there because this pattern of trauma has already kind of imprinted on your brain. And so there are some triggers that are going to just pop up on you, but you just got to have a plan. You got to know that they can happen. You got to know what you're going to do about them to start fixing it. And the S is for seeking support. You got to seek some support to be able to do all that. All right. It is important for you to have some support in this. You should not have to go through all of this by yourself. I had to, and it sucked. If I could choose, I would do this with somebody other than just trying to figure this all out and on my own, working through it blindly, step by step, and not having anybody to like back me up and tell me, hey, look, no, you can think about it like this, trying to give me some different perspective. That's what I want to offer to you, okay? That's what I'm trying to do for you. I'm trying to show you how each step can be accomplished, and you can get to a much better place. So get on the phone with me, get on a call, hit that button. I'm going to make sure that I put it over here on Instagram in my link tree as soon as I get off. But come on and talk to me. Get on a call with me. Don't be scared. I don't bite. Um, ask anybody that has ever been on a call with me. You're gonna feel better at the end of the call. You're gonna feel like, okay, I know what I need to do now. All right. You're gonna feel a little bit more settled at the end of the call with me. So I want you to go ahead and reach out. All right. Let's see. Masbisi? Masbisi? Is that how I say it? Let me know if I'm saying it wrong. I hate to say people's name wrong. He said, your partner got off all social media. We just do calls. He says that it was the biggest temptation for him. I don't know if he's doing this for the betterment of our relationship or he's getting better at hiding things, thoughts. He's a serial cheater, by the way. I don't think you should start off with things that you're not going to finish with. Everybody's on social media, just everybody. We're all out here. We're all on our phones. We're all on social media. So trying to have a relationship where, oh, he's not going to be on the social media at all ever is not realistic to how you're going to live your life. After you've healed up some, she should be able to use some social media. You should be able to trust him on some social media once you've done a little bit of healing. So I feel like, the whole, oh, well, I don't want to be on social media. I don't feel like that's workable. So you can tell him, look, hey, you got to work on temptation. If you know that this is something you're tempted by, you don't just cut it off and be like, oh, well, yeah, I just won't have that in my life when it's something that everybody is on. All right. When you do that, you are saying that, oh, I'm just going to be out of the ordinary forever. And I'm never going to work on it. I'm never going to actually fix this temptation. It's always going to be a temptation no matter what. If you can fight against the temptation and just know, okay, look, I am doing the right things with this social media. I am not going about doing things that would make my spouse upset with me. When you're able to start doing that, then you're getting towards getting better, not being tempted anymore. If you just don't do anything about it, that temptation never goes away. And then when he does get back on social media, then what? Then we're starting all over again. No, he's got to be able to be trusted in environments where it is possible for him to talk to other people. He's got to learn to be trustworthy in all things, not just in one-on-one interactions. All right. Does that make sense? Let me know. Lori, hey Lori. So you'll feel better. Make that call. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Lori can tell you. Lori's feeling better. All right. Make that call. Click on that link. Get on my calendar. It opens right up to my calendar. You can get on there, chit chat with me. It's a 45-minute call. By the end of it, you're going to know what you need to do. You're going to know. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, all right. It's pretty clear now. And just so you know, if you're getting on this call with me, consider the D already handled. All right. Consider the decision made. If you calling up and you're getting on a call with me, you already know what you really, really want to do. You want to work this out. You want things to be okay. You want that love again. Just accept that. Okay. If you go ahead and click that link, just accept that that's who you really are. You don't have to be ashamed of it. You don't have to be sad about it. I know it's not the way you intended your story to go, but I'm here to tell you we can still see happily ever after from here. Okay. Just because the story is not going well right now doesn't mean that the happy ending isn't coming. That's how all fairy tales work, isn't it? We have conflict, we have problems, and then we have a little magic, and then we get to the good part. Okay. We get to that happy ending. So you are right now still in the midst of your story. I want you to continue on. I want you to feel like you can get a little bit more stable in your story. And I'm here to help you with that. Okay. So go ahead and click that link and we're going to talk. All right. Okay. That does make sense to you. Okay. Good. I am glad. Yeah, starting off with that whole, oh, you're not going to be on social media and that's the only way I'm going to be able to trust you. How can you do that? His phone has everything on it. It's got Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitter, or whatever, threads, all of the above. It's all up there. He can easily do it. There's no need for him to even start off that way and act like he wants to hide it. No, no, I know doggone well you are on a phone, you have access to social media. I'm going to trust you on the social media. I'm saying use it, don't abuse it. All right. All right. I think that's about it. Is that about all for today? Is that all we need to talk about? I don't see any more questions. All right. Fabulous. So, well, I'll wrap it up then. Simple thing that I want you to take with you. I want you to be doing your affirmations, okay? I need you to say good things about you. All right. I know with the trauma, your brain will keep telling you that you are just so pitiful. You're a pick me. You're being a doormat. You are, something is wrong with you in some way, shape, or form just because you want to be with the person that you love. And I'm here to tell you that that's all lies, okay? Your brain on the trauma tries to tell you those things to make you shrink back, to make you be more in on yourself, not to put yourself out there into the world for love to find you, all right, for it to hit you. It's like, oh no, it's a lot safer in this dark little hole over here. Bundle up in that hole. The love won't be able to find you, but the hurt won't be able to find you either. But it still hurts because you're all by yourself, and I don't think that you deserve to be all by yourself. So let's stop listening to those terrible things that our brain are saying about us and tell ourselves a more positive message. All you need to do for an affirmation is to look yourself in the eye and to say it like you mean it. Say it like it's the most true thing you've ever heard in your life. Say it like you're saying it to your best friend and you really want her to believe every word you're saying. Say it with conviction. And you're going to be looking yourself in the eye. And what that does is give your brain a reel of you saying the good thing about you. And now your brain says, oh, we don't beat up on you. Oh, Dasha's who we like. Okay, all right. We got to treat Dasha like a person that we like. All right. So we've got to be working on those affirmations. You need to be doing this. Plenty of affirmation cards you can find online. You can get apps that do it. Whatever you're doing, do an affirmation every single day and hold it close to your heart. Act like you really believe it with all your heart. All right. So, for today, this one says, today I will live in the present. Today I will start with a smile. I am in control of my attitude. I love that one. That's some good stuff right there. Today I will live in the present. Today I will start with a smile. Um, I am in control. I am in control of my attitude. All right. It's a good one. Can you see it over here? Instagram. Oh, the light. Yeah, light's not trying to let you see that. Today I live in the present. Today I will start with a smile and I am in control of my attitude. You are. I know that you feel like you're not. You're in control of your attitude. You do not have to continue to behave and feel miserable. You don't have to choose that. You can very literally decide on a new emotion. All right. And I want you practicing that. I want you to say, you know what? This emotion feels bad to me. I don't like it. So I'm going to choose another one and I'm going to try that one on for right now. And practice at it because your brain is not supposed to be stuck on one emotion. Okay, your emotions are supposed to come and go to give you information. If you are stuck in a bad feeling, you are missing information. Okay, we must get unstuck from that bad feeling so that we can actually see and hear all the things that we are supposed to see and hear. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? You all let me know. Usually I tell you to tell me if I'm talking crazy. I didn't tell you this time, but I know I can sound like just a lunatic out here telling you that you can heal yourselves, but I promise you, you can. All right. You do not have to wait any longer to start feeling better. You can do that all on your own. And if you're having a hard time doing that, get on a call with me. Go ahead and click that link, get on my calendar. The dates and times that I have open are going to be populated as soon as you open it up and you come on and you get on this call. You're going to feel better afterwards. Okay. All righty, y'all. That is about it. That's all I got for you. Thank you so much for joining me for the Healing Hour Live. I appreciate you so much for coming. Let's see. Do your deep breathing, do your journaling. Make sure that you are grateful every day. Stop asking all those questions. Do your affirmations. And most importantly, do not do what the fear tells you to do this week. Okay? Carissa, you said you bring me so much peace. Thank you for that reminder. I often forget I can choose how I feel. You really can. You have so much power. It's just the pain makes you forget about it. The pain makes you forget that you are a powerful being and that you can just choose. You don't have to be stuck. You can move forward and go to another emotion. It's a beautiful thing. It is a wonderful thing that we are able to do. You just got to remember that you can do it. All righty. I think that's about it. Thank you so much. I'm glad I'm bringing you some peace. I love to do that. And I will talk to you again next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Healing Hour Live. I will check you out again next week. Love you, and I'm so proud of you. Bye. Oh, bye on Instagram. And bye over here on YouTube and Facebook.